Hello friends, my name is Renuka and here I'm sharing some projects by using Love from Lazy March kit. And this is the stamp which came in a kit. If you didn't see yet, you can go and see the unboxing of video. I'll make sure that I'll link that below at the end of the video. So this came with the stamp and lots of other stuff. So let's focus on first how we can use this stamp. I will show you lots of techniques with this. But for today we are using some distress ink, and that is Twisted Citron, Cracked Pistachio, Salty Ocean and Blueprint Sketch. So this is MFT's black licorice ink, and I will put these three butterflies on this. And I have this Bristol Smooth watercolor paper, and we'll use those for on background as well as for the stamping. So I never used these images before, so best way to use them is I will put some VersaFine ink, or you can use directly that ink also, and this way I can kind of conditioning the stamp, and I'll just put that little bit here to see that how well this stamp. Now after this I will add this black ink. Now you can use your Misty too for this technique. I think I just want to show you that how beautifully it prints the images on the, and you can get the second and third generation stamping also very beautiful. You can see that how beautiful it is looking. And okay, so at this moment I will use my Misty and stamp those again and again, so I'll get a bright nice effect, and I'll speed up the process because I will just color them and blending them while. So I'm here using Misty for stamping these butterflies, and I am using MFT's Habit ink. You can use any Habit ink. I'm using black licorice ink here, and I'm stamping at least 3 times because I want those images really vibrant and nice. And I'm stamping those couple of times because I'm planning to make more butterflies there, and then I'll fuzzy cut out them. Now I'm using here distress inks, all the color combinations of the distress ink, that how I use the combo. You can go to my blog and you will see the exact combinations there. Here I am using Crackle Pistachio, Citron, Salty Ocean and Sketch Blue, I think, yeah. And I'm just repeating this process 5 times because I just go lighter and then again darker, and between the colors I go again back. Means if I apply the first color, then I'll go back second color, and then I'll again go back to the first color. Just want to smooth blending there. As this making this distressing background, it's quite a easy one. You will need little bit of practice, but you have to do that, otherwise you never get. And now I'm just using the same colors to color those butterflies. Sponge topper will be the good idea because these are little bit smaller, but these brown sponges will also do because you're not much concerned about the color is going outside the image. Here you are just cutting you're already cutting those after coloring them. So now I will just fuzzy cut out them. They are really easy to trim. Here I'm using the nice sharp scissors, and it is from Cuttleby. And after all this cutting, then I'll again add the same colors just to make more color pop and those butterflies more vibrant. I want just a vibrant spring look for this card, and these colors are like quite a fresh one and the refreshing one. As you know, the Pantone, most of you knows that there is also 2017 color is green, so you'll see lots of greens in my projects now. Then I'll just put those butterflies on that card and see that how they look. Here I'm using the round pencil to just make a little bit shape them so they look kind of 3D. And in this way, the way I'm doing this, in this way you can just pop those butterflies wings. And after this, it's time to assemble our card. I will not spray a distress sprayer with the water here. I just like the way it comes to the smooth background, although I want many times I do that, the spraying there, but this time I didn't. Then I just decided to cut out one part of slate there, and I just add I took just one paper, and this is my Tombow marker. You can use Sharpie also. This one is a black, and I'm using here parallel scale. This one is the Omega, but you can buy the same kind of stuff on Amazon. I have this from like years and years, and I'm just making some parallel lines there, and in this way I create one background there. Now from that strip, I'll just stamping here happy birthday. You can stamp happy Mother's Day, you can stamp happy anniversary. This is the quite a versatile card. You can stamp anything, and this is not a very feminine card. You can give this card to any guy also. Then I just don't like that too much pop of white, so I just add those two colors, like the darkest blue and the citron, the fluorescent color to it. And then I choose this cardstock, and it is I just create that side folding, or you can create the upfolding. I think I create this upfolding, and I'm just taking the fun foam behind that panel to raise it little bit. Now from Lazy Card Kit you will get a cardstock to create a card. I will use that also, but sometimes I just want to create the different color cardstock, so I use that. Although the cardstock came in this kit is like cream color, it will goes with anything. And I'll make some card with those also. So I'm just placing these butterflies and see how they look together, and I'm just glad that I chose this color combination, and it is looking really nice. I add a little bit of foam dot the sides because it is like hanging there, and then I'm using the glossy accents to stick them. You can use multi matte, or you can use Tombow Mono, or you can just put some glue dots behind them, and that will also do. Now I have these additional butterflies. I put them inside. Then I will add a little bit of Vinkazella to those bodies and alternate stripes out there, so just get a little bit of shimmer. Then in this kit you will get this new drop, and this is so beautiful. I think this is name is Morning Dew, and it is like, oh my god, it's like a dew drop. When it dries, it's like very transparent, and it looks so beautiful. I'm kind of obsessed with that. I'm using that again and again. And then this is the another background. Again, you can go to my blog and see the exact inks I use. I think I use mustard seed, one seedless citron, and the darkest pink, and the stamp is from Salmon's. I'm just using that sentiment there. It is like happy birthday beautiful. And again, this card is like a versatile. You can also use this for the like happy Mother's Day, or happy anniversary, or happy birthday, or miss you, something like that. Anything will do. And after that I decided to put a little bit of, and this is Stampando's polish ink, and you see that I first use the black hybrid ink, and then I'm using the VersaFine in clear, so it will give a different color for those embossing with the same embossing powder, because it's having the black background, and both of them having the transparent one. And this scripty like stamp came in a kit. It is so beautiful to add a little bit on your card, and it just pop, and still it is not too much that it become a star of the show. Now I'm just choosing those butterflies dies came in the kit, and I cut out from some of butterflies from those panels. These are 2 butterflies dies came in a kit. And then now here I'm kind of seeing that which card background I liked yellow. You can go with anything. You can go with white also, that will also look nice. I'm using here liquid glue, because this kind of project when you have to some kind of alignment, liquid glue work best. And then I'll just pop those butterflies. These are the beautiful one. I like that how they cut out inside, and then I just put a little bit of glue on the very between and the middle portion of the butterfly, and then I'm just adding them so they kind of pop little bit, and their wings is kind of out of that panel, and you can see that yellow through. and that is the main thing, that you can see the yellow. And then I'm adding the whole Winkzilla to those butterflies so they can pop little bit more from that background. And then I'm again adding those new dew drops, and they dry beautifully. You can see in the photos, they are awesome. You're gonna love these March kit. There are lots of supplies, and these are from the last kit supply, the February one. You can use your mix and match the kit supplies, cause there are lots of, and this one is like the first January one, and I'm using that for making those bodies. It's kind of silver and pearl, and these are like awesome one. You can buy this separately on the Law from Lazy shop. And now here I'm making card again. You can see the combination on the my blog, that exactly which color I use. And here I'm using the golden plain by Uniball, and I'm just making some kind of rays there. These are not exact the rays, but I'm kind of making the stems for these buttons, and then I'll stick all those buttons to there, and these look like a flower. So I'm using the same paint to making leaves there, and I'm just hand drawing these things very quickly, just adding more color to make it more vibrant, and it's kind of stand out from that background. And then I'll use the glossy accent to attach those button or place those button. You can use glue dots also, and I'm kind of randomly placing the pink and the white one there. I'm not using the green one. I will save those for another project. Now this snowdrop come in the last month kit, and I just add to fill those inside of the flowers. And then I will stamp this thank you greeting, which also came from the last month kit, with the last month ink also, the pink pigment ink, that is purple one, and it should look really nice all together. Now I want some kind of background here, so before that I use those leftover from those butterflies wing to make just bud kind of structure there, and you can use those scrap in such a way that they will look nice on your card. And after that I just missed that step, but whatever pattern paper we created before, I just add that in a background, and I stick all the thing on purple one and use the white peel off. Now this is the another card, and here again the combination you can see on my blog, the exactly which colors I use. This stamp set has also one stamp that is the damask kind of a design, and now I'm just stamping those with the VersaFine ink. Normally people do the ink resist, but this time I'm just going in a different way. I just distress this panel first, and then I just stamp those, and then I'm using Hero Arts white embossing powder, and it will give more pop, more white and vibrant look to this card. You can do the ink resist technique also, but if you are coloring your panel ahead and it is dry really nice, then this technique will do. Now here you can add those white stickers from Mother Days, which is already available from Lizzie's shop. I don't have them, so I'm using the stickers which came in a kit. Now I'm just putting here fun foam to get little bit of dimension and just make kind of 3D effect. Then I'm using again a liquid glue to attach that panel to the main card front. Here I'm using the pink one, which is kind of matching to it, and then I'm using those white peel offs. You can use the corners also. I'm using here the swirls, and this kind of giving a really nice and cool effect to this card. And these small things make your card more different, and these pearls are real peel offs are really nice. Unless you put them, really press them, they will not stick, so you can change their positions also. Now I'm attaching that butterfly which also came in a kit. Now if you watch my unboxing, you see that I just want to taste the ink, so I just make this panel and stamp those scripty dice there. And now at this moment I will again use those mousse which came in a kit, and I'm using my fingers. I don't mind that my fingers got dirty while crafting. In fact, I love that, the messy look. So here I'm using a jumbo sponge dauber to just give little bit more texture, and I'm using the pigment ink which came in a kit, and again you can see this distress combination on my blog, the exact colors I use. So I just color those butterflies, and that glitter took that moves in this color very nicely. This sponge dauber is kind of very rough. You can say that it is the beloved sponge dauber by me. I mostly use this with the vintage photo distress ink, but this ink is also good for these kind of techniques, called it is as a sponge ink. Now there is a green doily came in a kit. I'm sponge that also. And now here is one paper from my stash, and it is like a dark craft brown color paper. I'm putting that 2 panels on it, and I will just cut them apart cause they are kind of mixing in the background. I want something to differentiate each panel, so that's why I do this. This is the matting technique most of the people do for with a white and a black. I love to do with brown also sometimes, depend on the color combination I use. So as this panel is too big and I want everything is going outside that panel, so here I'm using 5x7 card, and now I choose this paper, pattern paper which came in a kit, and I cut out that at a 5x7, and this one is the steam holes distresser, and you can just put that on the edge and rub that, so it will give a very distress and kind of a very earthy look to it. And then I add a little bit of that same brown ink which came in a kit, and I do that for every panel here. Now I didn't do that before attaching those panels, the main cardstock. I do that for the matting because I like that way, but you can do for that panels also, like the distress panel and what we stamped before. Now I'm just kind of placing and seeing things that how I want this. I'm kind of playing with it, and each time I do that, most of the times, sometimes I cut the procedure, sometimes I keep it. It's depend how it's going on. Now I just decided to pick one sentiment and one frame from the kit. This kit is come with a lots of stuff like this baker twines also, so I decided to use that baker twine and this frame. This is like a gray with polka dots, and rather than putting the sentiment inside the frame, I just want to hang that on the frame, so it's kind of floating there. So I'm using here a little bit of that powder which is came of EK Success, and it is embossing powder, and then I put the glossy accent to attach that frame and that sentiment. Now here I'm planning to use all the 3 butterfly stamps with the ink, and I'm kind of doing a very random stamping there, and I just choose bigger butterfly for the bigger panel, and the middle one having the middle butterfly, and the smallest one having the small butterfly in that panel. So I hope that makes sense, because everything is like a proportionate, and that's look beautiful if it's all things proportionate, and in this way you can create your own pattern paper. And now I'm again using that mousse and putting that on that frame and kind of mixing it. I'm not much concerned about that each part should be covered. I'm just putting there a little bit something here and there, and then I'm attaching those doilies and then the panel, and then before that I just wrap that baker's twine there and make a cheetah's bow, and I'm just securing that with the scotch tape. I'm just go a little bit off camera there, and then I just put all things together by using that liquid glue and putting some kind of weight on that thing. You can put adhesive dot behind that, you can use multimedia mat, and then I'm putting those butterflies in a different direction, just kind of getting that look. And then I just use that dauber again. Then I decided to add something more green, so these are the green leaves, and these are from my stash. I made sometimes albums, and I have lots of crafts supplies with me, so I use some kind of flowers and leaves. So this time I think this project would look nice with those leaves, and as all these cards are something like that you can give to makes this kind of masculine. If it still have the leaves and that dolly, but still you can give to guy. And if you want to add the flowers, you can go ahead and make a pure shabby chic card. I'll show you one shabby chic card. In that one is the special project, and that is the total different video in all. And make sure to see all the 3 parts of this series so you can get more out of this kit. And now I decided to spread some of the color on it. So I have this trim holes re-inker, and it's like one it's vintage photo, and another is I think the olive green color, the mousse color. And then I put that in little bit of water in the mini misters, and I just spritz that. And I'm using here the box came with the kit, so I can secure my all the surface. Now I put that aside for drying for a whole night. Now this is the final product you get. So it's quite a vibrant, nice. Those colors are a little bit dull, but still it's look very poppy on the other hand. Now I'm using those butterflies and stamping them randomly on this envelope, cause I love to make matching envelopes. The same time I love to add something inside the card which is kind of matching, cause I thought without the envelope card is not complete. The same time for the inside, most of the times I add sentiments inside the card, but sometimes I leave them just blank, so you can change them accordingly. So again, this card is versatile, you can use for anything and any occasion. Now for these cards we already prepared. Now I'm kind of choosing the same combo here which I use for the front panel, and that just I'm stamping those butterflies. And first of all here I'm doing the darkest one inside, then I will not put ink, and I will do second and third generation stamping here. This stamp is so beautiful and stamped so delicately and detailed that you will get the second and third generation looks also very nice. I'm planning to make one watercolor card with this stamps. I don't know when, but stay tuned with me. You will get lots of ideas that how you can use your stamp versatilely. This time I don't want to use just the pattern papers here, so I make kind of two kind of projects here. One with the pattern paper projects, so you can see those cards also, and this one is like the distress inks and other supplies you have. Now I'm using here that damask thing, and I'm using the color box ink. You can heat emboss this. I just went ahead and choose the simpler way to do the things. And then I just use this stamp. I want to make the second and fourth generation stamping, so here I don't want that darker one. Always remember that whenever you are using the reddish or pinkish inks, those are more vibrant and the pigments are like more in there. So if you want a little bit lighter look, just stamp those on the another paper and then put those in your main project where you want, because most of the times like here you want the second and third generation stamping. So this gives a beautiful effect to your envelopes. I use those Avery envelopes which is my stash, and I use I think A2 size envelopes, and it is from Coordinations I think. Yeah, I'll give the link to it. And then I'm kind of putting those colors again on this envelope, and in last I will add a little bit color all around the border, so that kind of giving a really nice pop and everything looks coordinated and together. It's not the out of the moon that something come out and just floating there. So you can add as many as designs and behind your envelope, but in front of, make sure that you have the room to place your postage, the address, and the recipient address and the sender address. So now I'm using here that citrus ink and just giving little bit of ink there. Make sure that whenever you are doing envelope, don't overwhelm or overgo with the inks, cause otherwise it will become too dark and messy. And make sure before using all of this they are all dried nicely, cause these are the pigment inks and they tend to stick to your fingers, and then you kind of getting the fingerprints on there. So in this simple way I created all the envelopes and cards. I hope you enjoyed this project. Stay tuned with me with the other projects which come with in this kit, and you can watch those on my channel and Lizzie's channel too. And if you like my project, please give it 2 thumbs up, subscribe to my channel so you never miss any project. You can get all the links listed of the product links listed below in this YouTube video, and also on my blog. To see more photos and insight and detailed images and how I use those combination, the exact colors, you should go to my blog and subscribe there too. And you can follow me on Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, on my blog and this channel too. So until the next crafty project, have a crafty life. Enjoy the rest of the card procedures. Soon I will post all the videos on both the channels. And if you want to see the special card for the Mother's Day, stay tuned with me. I am posting that card too. So have a crafty life. Bye bye.